How you doing, guys? Welcome to my channel, Mets Season, where we talk Mets baseball news and also MLB news from around the league. We have some news today. It's been kind of a busy day. First thing, JT Realmuto just re-signed with the Phillies on a 5-year, $115 million deal. That's a good deal for the Phillies. It's like they say, the longer these players hold out, the less money they're gonna get. So there, JT didn't quite get what he was looking for. I hadn't even heard 200 million when free agency started, and as we see, he didn't even get close to that. So anyway, good thing there by the Phils. I'm sure the Philly fans are happy. Uh, he's a great player. Still has a lot left in the tank. Second thing I want to hit on is the most important thing for me as a Mets fan is the Mets evidently have offered Trevor Bauer a salary, a contract. Nobody knows how much it's for. There's been some reports where they hit that 36 million mark and over, and then there's other reports refuting that. So we don't know unless something happens. Then we'll see the numbers. Me personally, I don't think they surpass that. I'm gonna guess 2 to 3 years, somewhere between 28 and 32 million. I'm gonna guess around those numbers. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, he'll accept the contract that they offered, and we could just like move on from this and go to whatever's next. Which to me is that bullpen. And the left hand they're in there. We'll see. Trevor Bauer has been real patient. I've said in my videos before, I feel like him and Cohen has had some type of conversation, man, especially when free agency started. Because Bauer's been really patient. Cohen, everybody knows about following. They follow each other on Twitter, that kind of stuff. Even Mr. Cohen's wife follows Bauer. There's something there. And there's been something that's been there for a while now. So we see what happens. Obviously we add Bauer to that rotation. Nasty. Top rotation. Better than San Diego. San Diego's rotation, I'm not gonna like poo on what they've done. It's awesome that their ownership and front office is going for it. It's awesome, but I'm not a big fan of Darvish. I feel like there's holes in all of their pitches. They don't have a DeGrom. As far as Bauer, I feel like Bauer be able to maintain what he's done somewhat. So our rotation to me would be better. Another thing that I've been thinking of, I haven't heard much people talk about, is I think they have like the reasoning for not rushing on a left-handed reliever. I think they have some thoughts of putting Peterson in there, especially when Noah gets back, when Syndergaard gets back, and they're saying he's ahead of schedule, and they're pushing him for June. Um, like I said, he's ahead of schedule. They're pushing him, and I feel like they have like an idea of maybe putting Peterson in the pen. He has good control. He's not a hard thrower, but obviously, when you go into the pen, you can go all out for that 1 inning. I think Peterson will be all right. I'm not saying to crap on Peterson being a starter, being that he's young. But for this season, it can happen that way. They can put Peterson in the pen and leave our starters, the way they are, especially with Syndergaard. And also, too, Bauer likes to pitch every 4 days. So that'll help Noah come back, move in slowly into the rotation, stretch out a little bit. Obviously, his first couple of starts, you know how that goes coming back. He'll probably throw 60 to 75 pitches tops, stretch him out over 5, 6, 7 starts. Then you start to see him go into the 80s, 90s, into starter mode, 100 plus pitches, hopefully. So we'll see what happens there. I trust the front office. Andy is no fool. He's been there, done that. Has he's been the front office guy on multiple winning teams, championship teams. We'll see what happens. The third thing I want to talk about is the Kris Bryant, Kyle Hendricks trade rumor. From what I understand, this trade was on the table before the Mets traded for Lindor. Kyle Hendricks also. What happened was in the Lindor trade, the Carrasco was added. So therefore, obviously, with Bauer, remember Bauer being in the back of their minds, picking up Carrasco, the Cubs and Mets then had to go back to square one on the players and the money moving here and there. If they get Bauer, I don't think this trade is happening. Not because of Kris Bryant, but because I believe the Cubs want to get rid of Hendricks and his money. Plus adding Hendricks, nod them another player or two in the deal also. So if they get Bauer, I think the as far as Hendricks is concerned, I think he won't be coming in no deal, at least not to the Mets. So we'll see what happens there. Either way, the Mets are gonna do something. I think it's gonna happen within the next day or two. So we'll see what happens. With everything we just spoke about today. The National League East is strong with Realmuto re-signing with the Phillies. The Nats doing their things. Again, don't sleep on the Braves. They're very sneaky. They always come up with like this deal out of nowhere. That kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens. And hopefully, they get this Bauer thing done. I just don't want it to be like some crazy number. 3 years, 120, 130. But we'll see. We'll see. We're Mets fans. Money's not coming out of my pocket. So, I'm grateful for Mr. Cohen and him being a fan and wanting to win, man. Thank God, man. I'm a lifelong Mets fan. I've been a Mets fan since 1977. My dad used to take me to Old Timers Day back then and see players that he grew up with. We used to always go see the Astros. My dad grew up with Jose Cruz in Puerto Rico. So we would go to Mets, Astros. I used to go, like I said, Old Timers Day. All those games as a kid. So I've been there. I've seen it all happen with the Mets, good and bad, mostly bad. So anyway, thanks. Welcome to my channel. Think about liking and subscribing. I like to live stream, but I need more subs. I want to get to at least 50, 60 subscribers before I start to live stream so we can get at least 10, 15, 20 people in the chat going. We could talk whatever, whatever baseball teams, whatever baseball news you guys want to talk about. I listen and watch other channels. I'm in live streams every night pretty much. I go into Baseball Hut's live stream. Frank About Sports. I love his channel. I love his attitude. Mets fans only. Wardy here and there. I don't agree with too much of his stuff. But, everybody's entitled to their own opinion and what they think could make the team better. So we'll see. Give me a chance, guys. I'm getting better with the editing. I'm really big on details. So trust me, man, when the time comes, I'll be there. My channel will be popping, man. I promise you. All right? So that's it for right now. Over and out. Let's go Mets.